And we are live. Yes, indeed, we are live. Such a wonderful feeling, isn't it? Tonight, let me turn my microphone up. There we are, that should be better. Just to make sure that... How about now? Can you hear me now? Hello, hello? Check 1, 2. Can you hear me? Oh, this streaming service is really starting to grind my gears. Just my lips moving? Okay, so you can hear me now. It's no quality because I switched to the built-in. Hello, Mum. Glad you're here. Glad you've joined. All right, thank you, everyone, for the help. No doubt it's, like I said, terrible quality because I switched to the interior microphone of my computer, not the audio codec with this microphone right here. Even though it was showing that it was outputting sound. Go figure. Regardless, glad you all are here. Glad to be here with you. Tonight, we are reading some poetry from Edgar Allan Poe. It's going to be a short story time, but that's all right. Yes, I'm here, and that's what matters. I appreciate that. You know, that's not all that matters. What also matters is that you are here with me. By the way, with the interior microphone, please let me know if you need me to turn down the audio of the music or if it's fine. And yes, Amber, you are most likely correct. If I restart my computer, it will probably fix the problem. But I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm going to wait on that. A Rainy Day Productions. Read you some poetry, boy. You know, I'm going to do it. And if you would like to read along with me, I would be happy for you to do so. Okay, turn it down just a smidge. All right, music has been turned down a smidge. Anyway, before we get started, just know, please, I'm easy to find on Facebook, Brett Picorni, or you can also find the Storytime group. It's Storytime, 2 words, exclamation point at the end. It might be Robin. I guess it would. That would be my guess. Regardless, thank you for being here. Yeah. Yeah, boy. It is Robin. Hello, Robin. You get huzzah! I bumped the microphone, sorry. But anyway, Brett Picorni and Storytime on Facebook. On YouTube, P. Picorni1. Please follow me there as well. You're drinking, Robin. Good for you. I'll join you for a nip. Okay, a nip. Ah. But anyway, P. Picorni1 on YouTube. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends so that they can watch and partake as well. Next, if you would like to, You can follow me on Twitch as well. Brett doesn't game, all one word. And finally, say no to peer pressure. Say no. That's no, no, no to peer pressure. Now that that's over with, we can get to the poetry, the poetry. Story time is boss, isn't it? So, shall we? Tonight I'll be reading 3 poems by Edgar Allan Poe: Lenore, The Raven, and The Sleeper. Now, we have read The Raven already, but I would like to read it for you again, just because, it's worthwhile. It's one of his most popular, most well-known poems, and it's worth it. So, you've got your Poe book with you. Fantastic, Robin. No, that's right, Crystal. Hello, Jean, huzzah that you are here. Thank you for being here. So, for those of you who 2/3 your favorite, 2 out of 3 of your favorites, well, Amber, tell me what your 3rd favorite is, and perhaps we will get to that one either tonight or another night. But for now, we will begin with Lenore. So, for those of you who do have a Poe book with you, please open up to it, and you can join in with the reading. Robin, if you would like to actually jump in on one of these readings and read one with or for me, I do have the ability to invite guests on the video. And seeing as you have a book with you, I would be more than happy to let you jump in. Just go ahead and comment so if you would like to do that. That would be a first for story time. Anyway, first though, I will read Lenore. Here we go. Broken is the golden bowl, the spirit flown forever. Let bell toll. A saintly soul floats on the Stygian river. Stygian river, by the way, in Greek mythology, the river Styx forms the boundary between earth and the underworld. And, Guy de Vere, hast thou no tear? Weep now or nevermore. See, on yon drear and rigid bier, low lies thy love, Lenore. Come, let the burial rite be read, the funeral song be sung, an anthem for the queenliest dead that ever died so young, a dirge being a mournful song, piece of music, or poem, and bier, as I said earlier, a movable frame on which a coffin or corpse is placed before burial or cremation, or on which it is carried to the grave. A dirge for her that doubly dead in that she died so young. Wretches, ye loved her for her wealth, and ye hated her for her pride, and when she fell in feeble health, ye blessed her that she died. How shall the ritual then be read? The requiem, how be sung? Requiem, a church mass for the repose of the souls of the dead, or a musical composition setting parts of a rest. By you, by yours the evil eye, by yours the slanderous tongue, that did to death the innocents that died and died so young. Peccavimus, Latin for we have sinned, the title of a Latin prayer song composed by Paolo Agostini in 1643. Yet rave not thus, but let a Sabbath song go up to God so solemnly the dead may feel no wrong. The sweet Lenore hath gone before, with hope that flew beside, leaving thee wild for the dear child that should have been thy bride. For her the fair and debonair, that now so lowly lies, the life upon her yellow hair, but not within her eyes, the life still there upon her hair, the death upon her eyes. Debonair, by the way, gentle and courteous, confident, stylish, and charming. Avaunt, avaunt, meaning go away. From fiends below the indignant ghost is riven, from hell unto a high estate far up within the heaven. From grief and groan to a golden throne beside the King of Heaven. Let no bell toll then, lest her soul amid its hallowed mirth should catch the note as it doth float up from the damned earth. And I, tonight my heart is light, no dirge will I appraise, but waft the angel in her flight with the paean of old days. Paean or paean, a joyous song or hymn of praise, tribute, thanksgiving, or triumph. And that, dear friends, was Lenore. I hope you enjoyed it. Robin, you would love it, would you? All right, well then perhaps you should join me for the next... the Telltale Heart, that is a good one, Amber. All right, so that was Lenore. So I will close that. The next one is The Raven. So, Robin, let's see if we can get this working. There we are. All right, Robin, I'm going to put the link in the messages. Please go ahead. I know it's dangerous for me to post that for everyone, but Robin, go ahead and follow that link so that you can jump in, and I will approve you to join in the video, and we can read The Raven together. Thank you, Crystal. Glad you loved it. So, Robin, please follow the link that I just posted in the comments section. And you should be able to jump in on the video. What we will do for The Raven, we will read it. I believe we should do one verse alternating each, if you're up for it. But in the meantime, while you're prepping that, I will go ahead and read The Sleeper. So, Robin, while you work on that, I will start reading The Sleeper, and then together we will finish the night with The Raven. So here we are. The Sleeper first published in 1831. At midnight in the month of June, I stand beneath the mystic moon. An opiate vapor, dewy, dim, exhales from out her golden rim, and softly dripping, drop by drop, upon the quiet mountain top, steals drowsily and musically into the universal valley. The rosemary nods upon the grave, the lily lolls upon the wave. Wrapping the fog about its breast, the ruin moulders into rest, looking like Lethe. Lethe being forgetfulness. In Greek mythology, the Lethe is one of the rivers that flows through the realm of Hades, called the River of Oblivion. The shades of the dead had to drink from this river to forget about their past lives on earth. See, the lake, a conscious slumber seems to take, and would not for the world awake. All beauty sleeps, and lo, where lies Irene with her destinies? Oh, lady bright, can it be right, this window open to the night? The wanton airs from the tree-top laughingly through the lattice drop. The bodiless airs, a wizard rout, flit through thy chamber in and out, and wave the curtain canopy so fitfully, so fearfully, above the closed and frigid lid, 'neath which the slumbering soul lies hid. That o'er the floor and down the wall, like ghosts the shadows rise and fall. O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art o'er far off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. Strange is thy pallor, strange thy dress, strange above all thy length of tress, and this all solemn silentness. The lady sleeps, oh may her sleep, which is enduring, so be deep. Heaven have her in its sacred keep. This chamber changed for one more holy, this bed for one more melancholy. I pray to God that she may lie forever with unopened eye, while the pale sheeted ghosts go by. My love, she sleeps. Oh, may her sleep, as it is lasting, be so deep. Soft may the worms about her creep, far in the forest dim and old. For her may some tall vault unfold, some vault that oft has flung its black and winged panels fluttering back, triumphant o'er the crested palls of her grand family funerals. Some sepulchre remote, alone, sepulchre being a place of burial, usually a tomb, against whose portal she has thrown, in childhood, many an idle stone. Some tomb from out whose sounding door she ne'er shall fall and echo more. Thrilling to think, poor child of sin, it was the dead who groaned within. I actually really liked The Sleeper. That was fantastic. I quite enjoyed that. All right. Oh, let's see these comments here. Un momento. Pretty good. Oh, glad you had a good day, Robin. All right. So, it looks like I am able to add Robin in here. Here we are. Robin, you are live. How are you tonight?
I'm good, Brett. I'm very good. How are you?
Fantastic to hear. High five. And, oh, yes, cheers.
Cheers.
So, I'm glad you are here to join me as my first ever reading guest on Storytime. That's wonderful. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel so good and honored. I'm so honored to be here.
And I am honored to have you here. Wonderful, wonderful. So here's what we will do. I'm going to start it off. You have the Raven?
I do, right here. It was right next to Lenore, so it was really easy to find.
Fantastic. So here's what we will do. I will read the first verse. You read the second, and we'll trade off accordingly. Does that sound good to you?
It sounds lovely.
Fantastic. All right, everyone. Hope you're ready for the Raven. This is, as you know, one of the most popular and well-known poems by Edgar Allan Poe, and I have read it before on Poe-try Time, but I'm glad to do it again, and I'm sure you're glad to hear it again, especially when we have two of us reading the verse. So, without further ado, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1845. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pond weak and weary, over the quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this, and nothing more.
Ah, distinctly, I remember. It was in bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished for the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore.
And for reference, surcease is to put an end to or discontinue. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating in trance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating in trance at my chamber door. This is it and nothing more."
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more."
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore," merely this, and nothing more.
Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, something louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what threat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more."
Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore, not the least obeisance being a gesture of respect, like kneeling or bowing before the king, made he. Not a moment stopped or stayed he, but with mine of lord and lady, mine meaning air or bearing, especially as expressive of attitude or personality, demeanor, not of lord and lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more, Pallas being, probably Pallas Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. Poe himself writes the bust of Pallas being chosen first, as most in keeping with the scholarship of the lover, and secondly, for the sonorousness of the word Pallas itself.
Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, "Though my crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, bring from the deadly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth Raven, "Nevermore."
Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy. bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being, ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, which with such name as Nevermore.
But the raven, sitting lonely on that placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did pour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have gone before. On the morrow he will leave me as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said nevermore.
Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock in store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore.
But the raven, still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling, straight I wheeled the cushioned seat in front of a bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore.
This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er she shall press, nevermore.
Then we thought the air denser, perfume from an unseen censer, seraphim who footfalls tinkled on the door. Wretch! I cried, thy God hath lent me thee, by his angels he hath sent thee. Respite, and nepenthe from thy maze of Lenore. Quoth, this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempest sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there, balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by the heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden if, within the distant Idane, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels named Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Robin, if you can go ahead and turn your microphone up a little bit. I turned down the piano, but continuing on. Be that word on. What's that?
I can do that, Brett.
You can do that. Wonderful. You have done so, I see. And I have turned down the piano, so this makes it perfect. I will continue now. Be that word our sign in parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting, get thee back into the tempest and the night Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.
Now, fantastic. Thank you, Robin, for joining in. Just a quick note here. This version of the poem is from the Richmond Semi-Weekly Examiner, September 2009, it is generally accepted as the final version revised by Poe. Earlier and later versions had some minor differences, and perhaps I will set. You can read. Let's see. Yes, there's another version that you can read with a set of illustrations created by Gustave Dore in 1883. That are different versions. I shall post the link in the comments here to the other versions of The Raven that you all can read. So here we are. That link there should lead you to several different versions of the poem. But with that being said, hey, Robin, I wanted to say thank you. Another high five. Thank you for joining in. This has been such a pleasure having you jump in. And I would love it if you would do it again some other time.
I'd love to.
I have Poe nights, Poe-try nights every Wednesday. So we will be reading more Poe next Wednesday, as well as I may see if we can get a few original poems in the works to read in between poems. So if you have any of those you would like to share as well, that's something we could potentially do.
I do have a few, actually.
Wonderful. Well, Julie, you are most certainly welcome, and thank you for saying thank you. Everyone, real quick, I will go ahead and say these things again. Story time on Facebook, chime 2 words, exclamation point at the end. Beepercorny1 on YouTube, like the video, hit subscribe and follow me, and also make sure you share it with your friends. And if you'd like to follow on Twitch, Brett Doesn't Game, all one word. Robin, would you have any channels that you would like people to follow?
Oh, well, I am at Rainy Day Robin on Twitter and as well as Instagram. You can find me there. I post more things on Instagram than I do on Twitter, and Twitter is mostly my Dungeons and Dragons talking about. So Instagram, I post many selfies and pictures of myself.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it. Robin, thank you so much once again for joining in the reading tonight. It was such a pleasure. And thank you, everyone, for following along. It was wonderful having all of you commenting and following. Much love to each and every one of you. And I greatly look forward to continuing story time with you tomorrow night. Should be about 10 o'clock. And we will be resuming with Goosebumps. We will be finishing. Be careful what you wish for. As a final note, don't forget to say no to peer pressure. It's important. So,
it is.
Without further ado, I bid you adieu. Much love, everyone. Oh, Robin, Amber does have a question. What inspired your name, Rainy Day Robin?
It was... I was having not a good night, and I needed a new hand for a website I was joining.
New handle of liquor? Oh,
yes.
that.
A new handle for a website I was joining, and a Rainy Day Robin came about because it was raining and I was not having a good day. So there you are.
All right. Well, glad that you're having a good day today, though.
I am. And you have made it better.
And you have made mine better as well, my friend. So, much love, smoochy, smoochy, mwah. Love you all, and you all have a wonderful evening. Thanks again, Robin, and thanks again, everyone watching. For now, and we will see you next time on Storytime. Tomorrow should be